talk about transphobia for a quick second here. This is the Transgender Day of Remembrance, and transphobia is very real in our world. So one definition of transphobia is one's discomfort, aversion, or fear of people who are gender diverse or ambiguous. Transphobia often leads to a spectrum of behaviors, conscious or unconscious, that are non-affirming, discriminatory, and or violent. And the thing that I want to highlight right now in this definition is the conscious or unconscious part, right? So certainly there are people in the world that very consciously attack people based on their gender identity and expression. That happens. I also want you to think a little critically about the unconscious piece, right? That just because someone didn't mean to be transphobic doesn't mean that it wasn't experienced in that way, right? And so when we talk about this sort of bigger system piece, it's important for us to think about how actually our participation in some of these systems may require us to behave in a way that is non-affirming for trans and gender nonconforming people, right? So that's where I want to take that conversation. I want you to be thinking about the ways that you may unconsciously, because of the systems we're involved in, be enacting homophobia and transphobia. So again, where does this come from? Where does transphobia come from? What's the big idea that drives transphobia? We talked about it earlier. Someone over here said it out loud. Cissexism or cisnormativity, right? That's the big idea that creates and produces and recreates transphobia.